Good evening, my name is Odie Hawkins, and here we are on Monday evening, as promised last Tuesday, that we'd be here on Monday, and we made it. The idea, without any hesitation, wait a minute, let me bring in hey, where you just come from?
Just coming home
Oh.
to be with you.
Zola Salena-Hawkins, my partner in this, and what we're doing is trying to sell books without any kind of dressing up about it. And I think I explained last week that a couple of friends of mine, Bam and Baby June, two notorious drug addicts, they used to call them dope fiends, who said to me one day, "Hey man, wait a minute, you got 38 books out there and nobody can find them, and you call yourself the underground master and so forth and so on. Why don't you get out there and sell the books?" Well, okay, Zola can testify because she receives a lot of phone calls from a lot of acquisitors from major league publishing companies
And
saying,
Yes, hurry up and give us $2,000 or $5,000 and we can get your book into a movie and blah, 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 blah. A lot of lies.
So we decided to take Bam and Baby June's advice and create a cyber corner, which is where we are now. We're not selling these, but if you want to buy one of the plums or the apples, get in touch with Zola. Just kidding.
Go to Trader Joe's. Or
From Trader Joe's.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, for those who've been following us, you know that what we're doing is taking one book at a time and discussing it up to a certain point, up to the point of hopefully encouraging you to buy it. Today we decided to do something slightly different. I designed a quick rabbit script, and it goes a bit like this.
I'll get you some libation.
Oh,
Or something
yeah.
to
I'm
snack
drinking
on.
tea, for
I'm
those who
drinking
want to believe that.
Coconut water. You can believe me. Moving right along.
We just simply couldn't afford to pay one of these organizations that specialize in taking your money to advertise your work. As I've said before, if I can write them, I ought to be capable of selling them. So that's what we're doing. As the sign says, buy a book by Odie Hawkins, simple as that.
Well said, my husband. Well said. But before we get into talking about the book we want to advertise this evening, I received a few comments from a number of viewers. This is one that I thought you would be interested in responding to.
Really? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
From Ernestine and Peter Shelton.
Okay, where do they live, They don't say.
It's just from an
Okay, Ernestine Peter Shelton.
We are teachers by profession, writers by creative choice. We would like to have your opinion on what should be said to and or done with people who want to ban books.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm here to read the sign. I'm here. Okay,
Yes, but banning books.
Ernestine, Peter, appreciate your interest and the fact that you are giving us something to cope with that we hadn't planned to do. We had come here to sit up and drink our libations and hopefully sell a few books. But since you asked, let me read this. I must be honest and say I've spent a lot of time thinking about this subject, a lot of time. So the note she read from Ernestine and Peter Shelton is not as spontaneous as all that. We've rehearsed a little bit of this. I spent a lot of time thinking about this subject, a lot of time. It seems fairly easy to understand why Hitler's Nazis burned books way back when. They didn't want the bad publicity that good books would put on them the fascists. The folks who are banning books today, who want to ban books, are a bit more complicated. I don't think I've heard any of the anti-democratic right yell out, "I'm a fascist, I'm a Nazi."
Okay.
It relates.
So what do you think should be done about them, with them?
Okay, this may sound a little bit radical, but it's like I said, it's one of the things I've been thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the banners, the burners, should be banished to an isolated place with nothing to read for a month. Now, this is the first offense,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to have a judiciary who is willing to say to these people, you can't ban books. As a writer with 38 books in print, I have a vested interest in not having my books banned.
Right. Well,
I think they should be banned,
mm-hmm.
banished to some deserted place. Don't kill anybody, don't execute anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Ban them to a place where they would have nothing to read for a month, or two, or three, depending on the vehemence of the thing.
So then what do you think this would do to their behavior?
I don't know. That's okay. That's a tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever had the experience of not having anything to read and you are a reader, it can feel like a sense of deprivation, unlike anything you can imagine. I've had the occasion from time to time. Oh no! I don't want to use my personal experience. I'm thinking about a scene I had happen. I taught writing classes at Chino minimum security prison and at San Quentin prison for 2 years. 2 years in each place. The Chino experience was not quite as dreadful and so forth because they didn't have a dungeon, it's farmland. And up north where San Quentin, they had built a prison underneath a prison. So the guys were down, when they went into solitary, they were in a dungeon underneath a dungeon. And I remember one of the guys telling me something about what it was like to be totally alone, up to the point where he started reading ketchup bottles, or whatever little, if he saw a stamp on something, he read it over and over again. I can't think of his name, and unfortunately, I suspect he's still there. But I remember them talking about how it was that just simply being able to read something kept them feeling sane.
Right.
So I'm not I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, but I think that would do something. I think that would do something. Yeah.
I should hope so. Well, our time is running out for the book banners, book burners. Let's go to your book.
Banner burners?
Banner burners, yes. Okay, tongue twisting here. Okay.
Oh.
Let's go to your book, Ancestral Meridians.
Ancestral Meridians.
Yes, why should people read it?
Okay. In 1970, everything goes back to some place.
Yes.
1979, I think, or something like that. I was heavily into Taekwondo. I've had the opportunity to study several martial arts in my life. I started off with boxing, and then in Chicago, where I'm from, they had an organization called the Catholic Youth Organization, CYO, and they would invite young men like myself in from the ghetto to learn how to box. I thought boxing was street fighting, which is what we all did. But they showed us something about the science of it and so forth. I went from there, coming up later on, to Hapkido, and then I had 6 years of Taekwondo, and for about 50 years, I became a capoeirista. I learned how to play the African Brazilian martial art called capoeira, two styles of capoeira. Capoeira Regional and Capoeira Angola. I learned how to play both of them. When I got too old to play capoeira regional, I deeply involved myself into capoeira Angola about 20-some years ago. Is that it?
Yes.
With Master Tom, your
Yes.
hero of the moment.
Yes.
What did he do with you?
Well, Master Tom is awesome. Bottom line, Master Tom is, and all who know him truly, truly love him and love Bee, his wife, for taking such good care of him. But when I showed up on the scene with Master Tom at the temple when he was teaching,
10th and Orange in Long Beach.
right, which was a great public relations, because I mean, how often would you get involved in a Buddhist situation without being a Buddhist? And so at that time I had a very bad sciatic problem on my right side, and I was walking kind of dragging my leg, and Jason and Valerie Williams had told us that Master Tom was teaching class there at the temple for free. I went. I thought he would tell me to go away because I was dragging my leg, but later finding out that he had been injured, had been hurt physically in the Vietnam War.
He was on the losing side.
Yes. And he understood about leg problems. And so with his help, learning Tai Chi and the Qigong, and also going to Soma School of Healing Martial Arts, integrated medicine, and some work with my healthcare providers, I recovered.
Recovered, yeah.
And Master Tom was very great in teaching me the 24 form, the 10 form of Qigong. I don't know the Vietnamese name, it's too long, and my mouth won't do it. And the Tao, the Tai Chi sword, the fan, and
Shaolin Cane.
Shaolin Cane. And he's just walking meditation, Tai Chi walking.
Believe me, if you're married to a woman who knows how to use the sword, it creates a very good husband. Okay, but having said that, going full circle to ancestral meridians. In 1978, I hurt my back. I didn't hurt my back, somebody hurt my back for me in Taekwondo.
Which is something can happen if you are in martial arts. If you think
that's Kayla.
Okay, right, that's High Kayla. And it's type of
a
thing.
Friend of ours.
Right. It's the type of thing where you know, too often people go into the martial arts thinking they're going to do the damage. But it's like a one-sided chess game or checker game. The other side plays too.
You are going to be hurt at some point.
Right.
At some point. I was hurt. I was going to Master Young Kil Kim's Taekwondo studio. My basic teacher, my multimedia teacher, was a man named De Silva, Raymond De Silva. I had a problem with his name because his mother was Korean, his father was Portuguese, and we all wanted to call him a Korean name, but he was Raymond De Silva. Anyway, he saw what my problem was.
Robot.
Okay, quick. Go to Dr. Jong Pil Ro. I had a 10-speed bicycle. I don't know how I got on it, but I know how I got off of it. I rammed it into the doctor's front porch, fell off it, crawled up the steps, and he was waiting for me. He opened the door about this much, and I'm thinking, oh, please let me in, please let me in. I went in, and what I discovered later is that he possibly may have been X-raying me as I came through the door. He asked me to shade off what was wrong. I colored my whole back with charcoal. No problem. Get on the table, and after the 25th needle, I discovered that I was being taken off into a very delightful place, which Zola can testify about because she became almost addicted to Jewel Tice Williams's bi-weekly acupuncture.
That was really every other week or at least once a month. Okay.
At least once a month.
Yeah.
Some people might not think about it as something like a therapeutic thing, but it can be that.
Right, and the fact that, she would, look at me, check the tongue, pulse, what have you, and say, well, we need to work on this today. And it was very valuable. Plus, I would go floating off into a wonderful space, literally, it seemed. And
Coming back and feel better.
yes, I'd come back, go into this. It wasn't a sleep per se as you think of sleep, but it was a dreamy place. And with one acupuncturist, I actually kind of experienced the ancestral meridian scene, where
Okay.
I thought I was in an African village, and I was smelling all this wonderful food. And then I guess as the bell rang for my acupuncture period to be over, I thought people were pulling me out of a tent and into the sunlight, and I woke up realizing I was on the acupuncturist table.
Okay, now, wait. We don't want to suggest that acupuncture can do this
Hallucinating.
for all people.
No, but it
And she was not on drugs, I
not
guarantee
at all.
you that.
No, don't do drugs.
But one of the things we did experience, both of us in different places at different times, is the absolute
Peace.
of the city. That's a good word for it, because it will take you to, like anesthesia can do you if you've had anesthesia and you feel like I'm gone. And then when you come back, where did I go? With this particular kind of
Acupuncture. With a good acupuncturist.
good acupuncture, I think that's a prerequisite.
The prerequisite, yeah.
It made me think, as a writer, as a creative person, wait a minute, what if there are 12, we know there are 12 basic acupuncture points, and then many other meridians. I'm not the best person to talk about this. Consult your local acupuncturist who might be able to have more information, but they're meridians. It's like saying, okay, I have a headache, and the acupuncturist might have a needle which does not hurt.
Yeah.
It's like a little pinprick.
Yeah.
That he might press it between your thumb and forefinger, or between your big toe and your next toe, and it'll help you
Go away.
go away.
Makes it go away.
Acupuncture is very not well understood in this country because we've been kept from understanding it by commercial interests. In any case, what started me to thinking after my acupuncture treatment, what if the Chinese had missed some acupunctural point that would take you back in time or forward in time? So the book is about
Twilight Zone time.
Twilight. Oh, yeah, it was Twilight Zone. As a matter of fact, acupuncture could be considered Twilight time. So I decided to write a novel about it using two doctors who are very much into this, Dr. Jonathan Hoover and Dr. Daniel Lane III. They are acronyms for two guys who are currently practicing, and they're not ashamed or embarrassed about me mentioning that they are involved in what we're talking about. Ancestral Meridians is a book that I think anybody who would enjoy the mysterious,
Possibilities.
the possibilities.
Yeah, possibilities.
Oh, you're on your shot today.
Yes, indeed. And that's one of the things. The first story, I think, will kind of just totally capture you, the concept of, well, not giving a spoiler on it, but if you were a doctor and you're working on a patient and you leave the patient in a room that is totally, there's no in and out, there's no windows, nothing for me to leave, and you walk back in the room and the patient is gone.
The patient is gone.
That might cause a problem. Just
Having said that, I don't want to try to act like Alfred Hitchcock or anything.
oh, then if you get a postcard from that patient
From centuries ago,
written in
in the Egyptian script.
script, right.
He gets the postcard from a place in Egypt called Saqqara. And we found out a little bit about it from talking to a teller at the bank who's from Egypt named Hashim. And she explained that, oh, she read the book and she was quite impressed. We did a little research. And Shakara is one of these places that you have in every country that is a little bit behind everything else. It's like a rural place. And if you mail, I remember mailing a postcard from a small village in Mexico, and I got it 2 months after I came back to America.
Yes. Yeah.
But then again, we look at mail which is not coming to us too quickly. Hey, we have to go.
We have to go. But in the meantime, do check out Odie's website, www.odihawkins.com.
Is it
That's
here?
Odie, not yes, it is www.odihawkins.com, right there in the middle. And Odie's a member of the Authors Guild and the Writers Guild of America West. He has an NAACP credit award for Image Award. And you can just Google Odie Hawkins, and that's Odie, not Odie. Odie Hawkins, okay? If you call and you ask for Odie, you will not get a return call, I assure you. Okay? And with that, we want to thank all of our fans. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. All right? Wishing you a good life. And you...
Happy birthday, Alma!
Happy birthday, Alma.
Happy birthday, Alma!
All those birthdays out there. Enjoy life. And I hope that you find as much happiness as we found.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Bye for now.
Half an hour, so.